Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day. We have got a jam-packed New Stuff Tuesday. Plus, it's Mardi Gras. Laissez le bon temps rouler. And if you guys are a Louisiana girl like me, you know that it's Mardi Gras time. Everybody have the king cakes out and have some good luck for this season. Let's kick things off with a few new things. First, Anita Cochran is in the studio. Yes, for some new music. We cannot wait. New store. We heard about this last week. Peach Cobbler Factory coming to Clarksville. Later in the show, a new book from Vince Pinkerton. We're going to talk to him. The Devil Plays Six Strings. It's a novel that is out. And a big shout out to my friends, the Flat River Band, a follow up to their show at the Storyteller stage at the Johnny Cash home in Hickman County. They raised $500 last week for the Dixon Help Center. Yay, boys, you did great. All right, we're going to talk health and beauty now. And before we do that, we're going to go to our health and beauty expert. She's ours, Michele Probst from Worth Beauty Company. We're going to get her to join us because she's got some friends that she's going to introduce us to. How are you?
Hey, girl, how are you? And les bon temps roulé. You know, my families are from New Orleans.
See, you're the OG when it comes to Mardi Gras. We were
Yes,
Baptist.
ma'am.
We were Baptist, so I only went to one.
Oh no, we were in front of my grandmother lived on St. Charles Avenue, so the parade went right in front of us.
You were there at the spout where the glory comes out.
That's right, girl.
Oh,
listen, remember last week you were asking me about serums?
Yes, how to apply them, that kind of thing.
Yes, ma'am. And you know what? It's so cool to introduce. First of all, Worth Beauty Company is so excited to be partnering with you guys. And thank you for following us and those questions coming in. But yeah, we're talking about serums and we're also talking about women of a certain age. And this brand is so wonderful. Anytime I wear it, I get so many compliments on my skin. And it's called Caire with an I, Caire. And these two amazing women in the beauty industry put it together. And they're friends of mine, Lori King and Celeste Lee, and they're just amazing. I can't wait to introduce.
Well, we're just going to meet them, but first we're going to have a little intro to Caire Beauty. We're going to meet the whole team now. Oh, I'm so excited. She was doing my dance. That's what I do to the theme song. Every time I get started, I said, yes, I love this company already. Michele, how did you meet these totally wonderful women? Welcome, Lori. Welcome, Celeste.
Thank you.
Well, you know, Celeste and I actually met about a decade ago backstage at New York Fashion Week. Our friend Murphy Bishop, hey Murphy, introduced us. And Lori King happens to be our Nashville connection. We always have a Nashville connection. And her suite mate at Howard University was Chef Carla Hall. So there you go.
Oh, so you said Carla Hall?
All right, after I work out, I have to do a protein shake. Because I think I've been told that as you age, women have only 65% of the protein that they need. So I get it every which way I can. A little dab of do ya. Yes, nails, skin, and joints.
See, I had to have her on so everybody could make all that Nashville connect. And I was just talking to my mom on my way in. Collagen is my go-to every single day. It's like a must. It's what we're all needing. Lori, Celeste, I'm so glad that you are here with us. And thank you for doing what you're doing for women in the beauty world, because for some reason the world kind of got the idea that women of a certain age didn't care about beauty anymore.
Well, nothing could be more false than that. Listen, we're human, and part of being human is wanting to be attractive. It's built into our genetic. So it is true that the beauty industry and maybe culture at large are, let's face it, a little ageist, right? We live, especially in the Instagram world, in a very youth-driven society. So Lori and I, we've actually been in beauty forever, all right? Literally, we've done fragrance and Lori's done hair care, and I've done cosmetics and we've done skincare. And imagine the surprise for us when we discovered that this thing called internal aging, meaning declining estrogen and progesterone, and by the way, and testosterone too, means you actually have fewer skin cells every day. There's in other words, sex hormones are not just about sex. Sex hormones are necessary for skin cell regeneration your whole life. And so when we found out that there was this thing that wasn't having to do with the sun, and that it was the primary cause of women's aging after 40 in the skin, we were like, we got to do something about this.
Right.
Amen.
Yeah. Celeste, how did you and Lori meet?
Lori, you tell it the story.
So, Celeste and I both are graduates of Wharton Business School. Celeste undergrad and me for my master's. And we have a mutual friend from that time who introduced us and said, you two will get on like firecrackers. And that was years and years and years ago. And then we just ran into each other at different beauty events. And it was like, wait a minute, is that Celeste? What are you doing here? So it moved from the cocktail parties to sort of the industry
cocktails.
Cocktails together, sort of inventing and ideating together. And we're two of these people that constantly come up with innovations, right? We're both like, wait a minute, I came up with that idea to put wheels on the suitcase,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs. We're all entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs at heart.
That's right. Absolutely. So that's how it sparked. And we kept talking, and it just, finally came to life. We said, we need to do this for ourselves. We need to help women understand that they're buying a lot of things that actually don't work.
I tell you, I always say that when you talk about clutter, we can all start with our bathroom closets. We have so many things that we have that didn't work. But when you narrow it down, you don't need a lot. You just need the right things.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. And one of the things we really focus on is like not always covering up. So, Celeste and I always talk about the fact that, we came up with this idea originally because women were always asking, and some men, what do I do with these eye bags? What do I do with these dark circles? And I had been a makeup artist while I worked in accounting and boring finance in a part of my career, prior to beauty. And, I was really into the Yves Saint Laurent, Tosha Cla. I'm not a French speaker, Michele and Celeste, and Devin, underneath eye concealer. And we're like, why do we always have to cover it all up? Why can't we come up with something that helps us to have healthier skin so that we're bringing our best face forward?
Amen.
Well, let me also say this. I think women, especially that have been wearing product for so long, skincare needs to be a part of your makeup routine. Because the better your skin is, the less makeup you need. And we all want to look healthy. I think that's the goal. And be healthy at the same time.
You're absolutely right, Michele. And and I would take it a step further. The better your skincare is, the better your makeup will look, right?
Absolutely.
And in fact, going back to Carla for a second, she was our original tester. Lori secretly sent our formulations long before we started, and she fell in love with our serum and our mask in particular, because here's a woman who's under these crazy intense hot lights, and they've literally pancaked the makeup on.
Heavy makeup.
And she discovered, and then she was getting adult acne, which is very common. About 50% of women between 45 and 70, or sorry, 40 and 70 will have the return of acne, especially
Wow.
lower third of the face. And that
Yeah.
has to do, by the way, with this weird disparity between testosterone and estrogen in the body. So whatever. But she was using our products, and her skin was so much smoother and softer that all the makeup artists would be like, you got to be doing this all the time. So now she religiously uses our serum twice a day, but she also masks 3 times a week to make sure that her skin is
Mhm.
as healthy as can be.
Exactly. And if she's not wearing it, her makeup artist actually will say, you didn't use your Caire mask, I can tell. And that's because what's happening is her skin gets so dry from, obviously the loss of hormones, but also all of the repeated makeup wearing. And every last makeup artist can now tell, because when they put her foundation on in particular, it used to flake, and now the foundation, her foundations and her makeup no longer flakes. And it's a true story. You can ask, anybody can ask her.
Oh,
Well,
I love that.
it's a true story for anybody. I mean,
Mhm.
the older we get, we do start to lose our hydration. And that's why
Yes.
drinking water,
Mhm.
taking
That's
care of your
Mhm.
skin, and their 2 products that they're talking about
Mhm.
are their best sellers. It's a duo.
Yes.
Y'all
Let's
take it
talk
from here.
about this serum. How's the best way to put the
Yeah.
serum on? Do
So
you
you just
pat
saw
it
me
in?
patting it on just now.
That
And
is how to do. Oh, you're putting it on now.
I
Okay.
am. So
She
I
does.
love it.
Yeah.
really, you put it on after cleansing. And the reason why, and twice a day, morning and evening, or whenever you
Okay.
are washing your face, is
Mhm.
when you wash your face, you are arguably removing, you're getting rid of the dead skin cells on the outside.
Mhm.
And our formula, which is actually maximum absorbable, that's actually there are a couple of incredible differences between our serum and most serums. And one
Mhm.
of them is the absorbability factor is enormous, meaning the molecule size of our active ingredients is designed to be as small as possible. And in fact, our hyaluronic acid is the smallest on the market. Why? Because most skincare sits on top of skin. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, by the way. It's just not good in the sense that, okay, yes, you're defending yourself from the outside, but what are you doing about the inside where the skin cells start? You're doing nothing.
Brilliant.
So if
Yes.
you can't get active, high performance actives through the skin where it can do something for you,
Mhm.
you're not really helping yourself, right? You're just defending. You're not doing the offense, thinking football, right? Thinking Super Bowl here. So
So
basically,
you pat it in and
you
it
pat
goes.
it in, and what it is it's going through the skin. It's going down into the skin. Our hyaluronic acid is going in, and it's literally bringing hydration, natural hydration. Your body would do it anyway from the inside. Number 2, we have a pro-collagen peptide that's also going in. And the way that works is it's telling your skin to build more collagen. And that is, as we just said, the name of the game.
Yeah. So Devin,
It's
I do it differently than Celeste in that I don't just pat. I take a big splash of it and I put it all across my face. I also put it underneath my eyes and above my eyes because it works on dark circles, bags, and droopy eye. But I never forget my neck, my
I was going to ask.
décolleté,
Yeah.
Deck, let's
and
say.
the back of my
Mhm.
hand. So 1 to 2 big dropperfuls, because it's such a thick formulation. It's an unusually thick serum.
Mhm.
We call it molecular nutrition. It's feeding the skin. So wherever you put it, it's going to be good for your skin.
Mm. Okay. My next question is, where do we get this amazing product? Caire Beauty.
Well,
That's
you can
easy.
get let me
Yes.
start with you can
Yes.
get it at worthbeautycompany.com
Yes.
and you can
Okay.
also get it on their site carebeauty.com.
That's right.
So you guys, I'm going to tell you, we're going to close with Michelle's testimonial about this because we'll close with that. But Caire Beauty, Celeste and Lori, y'all have to come back and visit with us because I've learned so much about this because, you go get a facial and they say, oh, here's your serum to take with you, or here's this. No instruction. I don't even know what it does. Now, not only do I know how to put it on, where to use it, but what it's doing. And so that's the
I
cool
want to
thing.
add one more thing that we didn't get to. Serums in general are much more intensive than a moisturizer, right? They are
Mhm.
actually, all serums are designed to have a higher percentage of performance actives. A lot of a lot of the women out there will probably be using a vitamin C serum. And I want to
Okay.
say they are very different purposes. Our serum versus a vitamin C, which is defending against pollution. You use ours first. You put it on, pat it on,
Okay.
smear it on, however you want to do it. Wait about 30 seconds. You'll feel it being drunk up. What's the word? But anyway, after
Either
about
way.
30, 40 seconds, then you can put on, if you want to, a vitamin C serum. Okay.
Okay.
Then if you want to, a light moisturizer or a facial oil. So that's I just want to just clarify the order in which it all works.
I cannot wait. I'm going to be like bathing in this stuff. It looks so good, and you've got some good testimonials, I'm going to tell you. And thank you so much for your time today. We're going to do this again. Michele, what you got for us?
Well, I was just going to say, when she's talking about bathing in it, their molecule mask I use as I bathe. Their stuff is so easy, y'all. I know a lot of that sounds complicated, but bottom line, they've done the R&D. This works. It feels good, immediate results, and people will notice a difference in your skin.
Oh, thank you both for having us. Oh my God, that was so nice.
I love it.
It really was sweet. Thank you.
Well, Michele knows what she's talking about. WorthBeautyCompany.com, CaireBeauty.com, and know it's spelled C-A-I-R-E, Caire Beauty. And we're going to close with our testimonial. You guys have a great rest of your day. We're going to talk a wonderful Music City novel coming up in just a second.
Hey guys, listen, I'm still talking about this Caire Beauty because this is their serum, and I mean, look at my skin. It's just amazing. This is hydration driven. Their triple hydration, triple hyaluronic formula. Oh my God, look at this. I'm just doing it a little bit at AM and a little bit at PM. Y'all, you have to get this. It's going to change your skin.
Just finished cooking up our appetizers, our spicy shrimp cakes with Dijon aioli, little slice of lemon on the side. Check out appetizers at Black Diamond Culinary. Ooh la la.
Want to know where to find this 3-course restaurant week meal in Nashville for only $55? It's Christine with Where to Eat in Nashville, and I'm checking out the restaurant week menu at Hall's Chop House. They're offering this special menu now through February 26th only. For the first course, we chose their she crab soup, a must-try at Hall's. For our second course, we both chose the 8-ounce filet, one topped with their black truffle butter, and the other topped with their creamy gorgonzola. Entrees are served with their creamed corn and sweet and sour collard greens. For the third course, we enjoyed a cappuccino with their take on a tiramisu with espresso custard. Such a great deal for an incredible meal. Check them out and let them know we sent you. Enjoy.
Well, a big thank you to our friends at Nashville on Instagram. They are all about Nashville, and they did that wonderful review of Hall's Chop House, which we did a story on a few months ago. Hall's Chop House is a South Carolina company that has made its residence in Nashville, and you can go anywhere for dinner for $50 a person at a high-end restaurant in this town. And they do, and they really put on the dog. And this is Mardi Gras, so we talk a little bit about that. We are seconds away from Vince Pinkerton, but we do have a new book coming out that we're going to talk about coming up in just a little bit from my friend, my sister from another mister, Miss Paula Dean. But first, we're going to check in with Vince Pinkerton, who joins us. How are you?
Good morning, Devin. Good morning. How are you?
Good. It is New Stuff Tuesday, and let's talk a little bit about this wonderful book that you have written, and it's called The Devil Plays Six Strings.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, first of all, I love being a writer myself, and I get this question all the time. Hey, I've got an idea for a book. If you write it, why don't we split the profits? And I go, the idea is not the thing, because writers always have ideas. What makes you a writer is actually finishing the book.
Absolutely.
And Vince, tell me a little bit, when did the bug to become a writer hit you?
I I've always wanted to be a writer. Going back to college, I did some short story work and some reporting and that sort of thing, but I never really considered myself able to sit down and finish something long form. It's just I'm a busy person. I tend to zip around doing different things all the time. To actually sit down and finish something long form just was out of my mind. But after a conversation with a business partner a couple of years ago about movies and horror movies, what makes a good horror movie, what makes a bad horror movie, I got the bug to try to write a script. And I started out and honestly just failed miserably at writing the script on the idea that he and I had talked about. But it got the bug back to start trying to write something. So I set myself just a little test. I thought, what if I could write a character that spoke only in Bible verses and spoke conversationally only in Bible verses? And I got to playing with it. And this character that became the lead character in The Devil Plays Six Strings, Elijah Parker, he came out of that little test that I gave myself. And once that was done, I just couldn't stop thinking about him. Why is he only talking in Bible verses? What got him to this point? And I just started working backwards and then forwards off that little project. And The Devil Plays Six String is what came out of it.
Wow. And you were able to complete it because here's what I always say. You can complete it when you are engaged with your own character.
Oh, absolutely. I fell in love with these folks as I was writing them. And, they were, people asked me, did you outline this book? How long did you sit down and work on the book? I didn't. The book wrote itself. I just wrote it down. The more I got into these characters, the more their stories just came to me. And I was able to really get down, their characters on paper and the stuff they went through. And I will say up front, what they go through is not very nice in this book. It's tough. These guys, they live a hard life.
Have a little bit of real life going on.
They do. It's set in the beginning of the book is set in southern Mississippi in 1930. Elijah is a black sharecropper who loses his wife during childbirth. He has faced, and he names the little boy Happy because as his wife is dying, the last thing she does is smile at the baby in his arms. So he names him Happy.
Oh, what a beautiful story.
Yeah. So Elijah and Happy have to figure out you can't raise a newborn in a field. So they have to figure out, how do we survive this? And they set out on the road to try to find something that Elijah can do to support his family. And it doesn't go well. Again, this is southern Mississippi in 1930. And, a black man by himself with an infant is not going to do very well. Without giving too much away, some good things happen to them, some bad things happen to them, but they find themselves basically at the brink of starvation. The baby is starving. Elijah's on his last legs. And that's when a man in a big black car drives up and makes him an offer he can't refuse. In fact, he answers a prayer that Elijah has been saying, that if he could just find a job to feed his family, if he could just find a place to live, something to make a little money, that's all he needs. He doesn't want much. He just wants a life. And this man who calls himself Mr. Give drives up in a car and says, I tell you what, if you'll just come play a little music in this nightclub of mine, I'll set you up with a place to live, a little bit of money in your pocket, some food on the table, and I'll even give you a woman to help you raise that baby.
Wow.
So Elijah signs a contract with him, not realizing who Mr. Give is. And then as the story progresses, Elijah's wife, Seraphina, was a religious person. She was a believer. And the only thing he has of hers to remember her by is her old worn Bible. And he reads it to start trying to just feel closer to her. And then in the process, he realizes what he's done and who he's made a deal with, and then tries to get out of it. And it just doesn't go very well for him.
You guys, this book, it's got all the stuff in it. And speaking of script, it sounds like you're talking a movie. I mean,
Well, I did actually write a movie script for this as well.
I was about to say, I was going to see if you had finished the movie script for this one, because it sounds like a great possible for a movie. Vince, I want to have you to come back and visit with us, because this is not the only book that you've written. We're going to talk more about your books in the future, because I love talking to authors.
Let's do it anytime. I'm ready.
Well, Vince, where can they find The Devil Plays Six Strings?
It is available on Amazon. It is self-published, so you can get it on Amazon. And you're showing the paperback. We also have, wherever it is, a hardcover version. But yeah, on Amazon, it's also on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. And you can find out more at sixstringdevil.com.
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 I love it. Well, I appreciate your time with us today, and you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us for New Stuff Tuesday.
Thank you, Devin.
Take care. Bye. Hey, we're going to take a look at what's new at the zoo. And next week, it might be what's new at the zoo with Jim Bar too. I'm just saying. Joinallofus.com/50forward is how you can be part of the National Institute of Health's research study, so that we can be counted. If you would like to be part of 50 Forward's part of that, you go to 50forward.org and you can find the link there, or you can just joinallofus.org/50forward. It's time for our daily giggle. I just love that. Dogs who like opera. We're going to do some quick shout outs for those who joined us today. Oh my goodness. It does sound like a terrific read, doesn't it, Elizabeth? So much. And Elizabeth, I've been too long since I've been to the zoo. No excuse. I have a membership. It's so cool. And Mona, I know, I love dogs who sing opera. So does Steve Burney. You guys, I know Steve and Elizabeth are going to Ireland with us. We're taking if you have not seen P.S. I Love You, watch it before we go to Ireland. I'm just saying. Hey, you guys, right after this, we're going to take a quick look at the new Predators games coming up, and then a quick check-in with Paula Dean.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd. The goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Don't miss a minute of the action this season. Visit NashvillePredators.com/tickets to get your seats today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Come on, y'all. It's Monday. And what did I tell y'all was going to happen on Monday? That I have such a big announcement. And I love some of the guesses that y'all have sent in. We asked y'all to try to guess what my announcement was going to be. So let me right off the bat, no, I am not pregnant. I think you have to be exposed, don't you? Oh my goodness, I love teasing women. that have a second marriage. And I say, now please don't get pregnant before me, because I want to have a baby too. So, my big announcement, y'all, is I have a new book that's coming out in the fall that I'm so over the moon about, because this book is kind of like my life in the kitchen, but also while I was living that life. You know, there's going to be a lot of things that I share with y'all that people have asked me about. I'll show you. Can I show them?
Absolutely.
This is what my book looks like. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. My publisher did a wonderful job selecting. This is what we call Paula Deen Green. Carolyn Haltman came up with that color when we started building Paula Deen Family Kitchens. And so we call it Paula Deen Green.
Brand new book from Paula Deen. It's coming out very soon, and we love our Paula Deen. You can follow DEEN, y'all. If you do not know, and you got to say y'all if you're talking about Paula Deen. If you don't know about her book, follow her on Facebook, on Instagram. We got so much new stuff we didn't even get to, so we'll talk about that tomorrow during Wagon Tales Wednesday. Got some new music to talk about. But be safe, everybody, and be kind. And remember, most of all, you are loved.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.